It's a one-of-a-kind experience that allows you to have a very intimate front row seat to live music. Katie is here to share more on the Trillium Salon Series and what's planned for the rest of the summer. Katie, good to see you.
Yeah. Good to see you. Thanks for having me on.
Yes,
course.
anytime.
Love talking to you.
Let's give us a little history. How did the Trillium Salon Series, how did that even get started?
So it all started, I used to have a show on KUF Public Radio doing classical music. And, you know, people often have this idea about what classical music is and who can be a part of it, who can be in the audience. So I really started Trillium Salon Series with the idea of breaking down the boundary between audience and performer, making things where people can experience live classical music in a setting that doesn't seem as stuffy. So it actually started in my living room.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
back in 2016. And then we've expanded and we do classical music, experimental music, avant-garde sounds, all these different things. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. Why was it important for you to create that really kind of intimate space with the artists and the people who are attending?
Well, I mean, I grew up in a family where we all played live music and we performed it and we experienced it, and that's just what you do. And I think a lot of people didn't have that experience, so I wanted to bring that to everyone and also just show you have a connection with, you can really have a connection with the music. And I think sometimes with the big concert hall settings or black box settings, you lose the actual connection because the stage is up here and the audience is sitting down here, and so I wanted to blur that all together and have that unique connection, that distinct connection.
You know, it's interesting you say that because I feel like I know so many musicians who grew up in a family that played music, so they would sit around their dinner table and play music, right? And so you're kind of bringing that feel back, even if you don't call yourself a musician, to be in the audience there in the room in the small intimate setting is so important.
Totally, I agree.
So to that end, I mean, do you have any upcoming performances that we can know about or we can attend?
So there's one coming up. There's actually a lot of different things happening.
Good.
There's July 25th, so that's coming up this Tuesday on Mount Sequoia Center in Miller Lodge. I have this really amazing pianist from Brooklyn. He's a pianist, improviser, and composer. He does prepared piano, so that means he does things to the piano to dampen the sound or change the sounds and things. But his name's Eli Wallace. He's playing 7 p.m. on Tuesday night. That'll be a really exciting show. We have our ongoing series with Crystal Bridges Museum, and so that's monthly. There's one coming up on August 3rd, and it's in the James Turrell Sky Space, which is a space where the lighting is important at sundown.
Beautiful,
absolutely. And so we have Untight, which is a guitar-driven improvisation project by Sam King, who's a local artist and musician in town, and he's put together a program to go with the lighting experience.
Oh, very cool. So as the
cool.
sun goes down and the lighting changes in that structure, there's music to accompany.
Oh yeah, and he's going up there and like taking notes and figuring out exactly what different sounds will go with these different moments. It'll be very unique.
Yes, for sure. Let's say maybe there's some performers right now who want to be involved with you and everything you have going on. What's the best way they can reach out to you?
You can go to our website, trilliumsalonseries.com, and reach out to me. We also are on Instagram if you want to go to Trillium Salon Series there. I love collaborating with the local musical community. That's one of the reasons I also started Trillium, is to connect all of these vibrant musicians who are working right here in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah. Before we let you go, I think it'd be fun to talk about, you got podcasts, a new season coming up of your podcast. Can you tell us those details?
Yeah, so I have a podcast called Sound Off on the Critical Frequency Network, and the premise is music challenging the status quo. So music that's blurring boundaries, doing different things. I had a new season that dropped in June. There's a brand new episode out this morning with the guitarist Kaki King, who lands herself on the 100 top guitarists list all the time. Rolling Stone calls her a genre unto herself. Wow. So I love the conversation. So definitely go check that out wherever you get your podcasts. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, all the different things.
All the platforms.
Yes, that's awesome.
Got to stay up to date because you're moving so quickly, doing so much for music in our region. We appreciate you. Thanks for dropping by today.
Thanks so much.
See you.
Absolutely, yeah.
You too.